Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to repair a hole in your magic or expandable garden hose. Obviously that's very simple and quick to repair. First thing, we just need to mark it whatever the hole is. Then we need to close the tap, drain the hose and cut it, and we'll take it from there. Right, so far I have just cut the hose and take the sleevings off a little bit, but now since we drained the hose, the hole is slightly moved away from the position when we marked it. So now the hole is here, it is just here, so you can see how far away it moved from the spot when we actually marked it. So we always need to be aware of that. So now we can cut it off just the way when we need to. Right, now to connect those two together, obviously we need a straight connector like that. It's a very cheap 13mm collector. I like quite big. You can get them 10mm as well, but I like the bigger one because once the hose expand, this is still good. It's slightly more difficult to put it on, but it works much better for long-term usage. Right, so first things first, cutting. So it's easier if we cut it in a 45-degree angle like that, even more than 45, as long as we have that angle. Obviously it's good that our hose it's still wet, because then it will give us a little bit better sliding on way. Right, so first we just obviously put the longer bit on the top, and then we can hold it with the tip of the finger, and then the other end we just put it on like that and then push it in. As you can see, it goes quite easily, even though that the connector is very big. And we don't even have to cut anything in here. We can just go over, and then the other side will obviously go on the top of that, and they will go nicely. If not, we can always cut excess later on. So first part is in, but before we put another one, we need to remember about those rings, because once they both in, we're gonna have to tighten them up like that. If we forget about those, obviously we won't be able to put them once the other end is in. So now we put basically both of them in here. We can use one, of course. We can meet the hose in here and then use one in the middle for both of them actually, which will have less obviously sharp ends for us for the future, which are dangerous to make another cut or to hurt our hand or whatever. But you can do two like that as well. Right, let's get the other one on as well. So first we're going to cut it in a 45-degree angle. I'm just going to wet it a little bit. And again, the long part on, tip of the finger, and then the other part, just slide it in. I'm not going to lie to you, it is a little bit difficult and tricky, but as you can see, it goes. Right, so now both of them, well, they're not matching identically, but they're pretty close. There you go. Now basically we could do one in the middle, but there is a chance that the water will find a way somewhere here once the hose is expanded. So I prefer to have two of them. But what I do is I put the rings on the top of the yellow sleeving, because the ring itself is quite sharp. It's metal, it's very thin, so it's quite sharp. If we overdo it with the tightening, we might just make another hole and cut it, which is no good. So it's much safer if we put them on the top of the yellow sleeving. Right, once we have them obviously in the position, now we can tighten up the screws. Right, and now we're ready for testing. And now the hose is already expanding, I can feel it. There you go. There you go, nice and fixed. Right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.